Back in April 2020, farmer Charlie Gallichan was forced to dump much of his daffodil crop. He lost more than £100,000 in the first weeks of COVID restrictions. Since then, his situation has gone from bad to worse. And now he's considering closing down his 130-year-old vegetable growing business.
We've got rapidly increasing cost bases and an inability to pass those costs on to into our final products, and that's not sustainable going forward. COVID's obviously sort of added some pain into that mix, but generally speaking, we've got double-digit increases in all our variable costs, and you can't carry on.
Charlie has agreed to sell his daffodil growing and potato exporting businesses. His logistics company has already been taken over by Jersey Post. It's now crunch time, and by the end of the month he'll decide whether his food-growing business has to go too. He's a fifth-generation farmer, and it's the rise in costs that have crippled not only his business, but others, and he fears the island will soon be unable to provide its own produce.
It's obviously depressing, we've been doing it for a long time, so it's a bit of a shame, obviously, more than a bit of a shame, but right now we've got to focus on our family, and we've had a fantastic team of staff that work with us, and I want to do the right thing for them right now.
A sentiment echoed by Deputy Steve Luce, a former farmer himself, who believes the government has failed to step in and support the industry.
It is worrying because we will rely much more heavily on farmers outside of Jersey to produce our basic crops of potatoes, onions, leeks, winter vegetables, and the prices we pay may go up. But it also means, of course, that food security is impacted slightly, and we don't have the ability in Jersey to grow our own food, and there's consequences for that as well.
The government recognises times have been tough for farmers, but says funding support has doubled since 2019 to help keep businesses afloat.
Jersey wants local produce. I want local produce from Jersey, but economically it's really difficult, and the only way we're going to do that is by funding from government. And so in the future years we're working on a rural economy strategy now, which is going to increase that funding even further.
Farmers say small steps are not enough, and action is needed now to ensure Jersey's farms are protected for future generations. Annie Olsen, ITV News, Jersey.